Hello, everybody. Welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome to our match reaction show. It's finished Roma 3, Helsinki nil. And they got the job done in the end. Had a bit of a ropey first half, a little bit of a sluggish first half. But in the second half, they just changes made a difference, and then they got the win. It's an important win as well for Roma because they had a couple of unremarkable results. Shall we say in Serie A as well as in Europe. This is the first win actually in Europe, so they needed this result. They needed this performance as well. They'll be happy with that. Maybe Mourinho might say, I could have got a couple more as well just to boost that goal difference up a little bit. But 3-0, job done. That's the way they'll look at it. The game, of course, turned on that red card, though, that first half red card. When you've got to play 75 minutes with a man down, it's always going to be very, very difficult to get anything out of that game. And it was that a red card? For Tenho, I don't know. You know what? I felt it was harsh. I felt it was a bit harsh. Now I can see why he's given it because obviously he's last man and he makes the tackle and all that. But it wasn't rash. I think it wasn't. He was trying to play the ball. So I mean, I know intent doesn't come into it. I get all that, but it sometimes feels like it just felt like it was a bit harsh. But maybe I'm being a little bit over generous to Helsinki. Maybe I don't know. But they just felt a bit harsh to me. But anyway, it's red. I'm not debating that the decision was wrong. Sometimes you can be wrong and still be. Sometimes you can be right and still be harsh. And I think that was the case. It just felt harsh. But anyway, that once you're down to 10, I think Helsinki did well to hold out for the first half. They rode their little luck a little bit. There were a couple of guilty chances for Pellegrini. I think had a good chance of a free header that he missed. I think it was one for there was one that flashed across by I think Belotti and then Karsdorp. Both of them missed their touches. So there were chances for sure. And of course, Brown had a chance as well to score for Helsinki. It was a free header. It was a really good free header. And he really should have put it on target. Like he really should have, and he just missed the target, which was just sad to see. Because when you have chances, especially when not them, you gotta take them, and he didn't take it. I don't know if it would have made a difference in the final analysis. Maybe, maybe not. But still, you gotta expect, as someone playing at that level and someone getting that sort of a gilt chance, he should be taking that, and he didn't. But in the second half, I think Mourinho changed it, and it made a difference. He brought on Paulo Dybala, and I think what he did was he switched from a 3-4-2-1 to a 3-4-1-2. I think that was an acknowledgement of two things. Number one, that the fact that the system that they were playing wasn't really working, but also the fact that he knew that they were up by a man, so they had the advantage and they could attack, and they knew that they were not going to get overrun. On the wide areas in midfield, they were not going to get overrun. So they played two up top into 3-4-1-2, and I think that made the whole difference, a world of difference, because suddenly spaces started to open up. Dybala comes in, and I mean that first goal is brilliant in the fact the triangle that they played. Now you can't play that triangle if you don't have the sort of setup that they had, because with the 3-4-1-2 they could play that triangle. It went from Spinazzola to Pellegrini and then back to Dybala, and Dybala scores. It's a beautiful finish by Dybala. It's a wonderful piece of play. Not something you expect from Mourinho's side in general, but he got that one. And 1-0. And from that one moment on, it was really a matter of Helsinki lose. I mean, you kind of knew Roma were going to win from there, but the capitulation to concede two in 2 minutes kind of just made it very difficult for themselves. I mean, that's that second goal again. Zaniolo just runs down that left channel. There are a lot of space on that left channel, by the way, in the second half. I don't know what happened there. I don't know. There's some sort of tactical issue on that left side that Helsinki had or whatever. But suddenly Zaniolo found himself in all sorts of space. And maybe that was a result of a change, because I think playing in a 3-4-2-1, he was being forced to sort of play behind, whereas when he was playing as a second striker, which I'm not sure if he was playing in the second side, so they were like alternating between three of them. Between two of them, I think Dybala and Zaniolo took turns alternating between the two of them. They just left Belotti static, and sometimes Dybala would be the front forward, and sometimes Zaniolo would be the front forward. But he had a lot of space on the left, and so second goal again comes from a run on that left hand side, cuts in. And it just hits Pellegrini and goes in. It just hits him. Like it's nothing that he's done differently. It just hits him and goes in. It's 2-1, and then he got a third assist as well. Again, Matic with the pass, Zaniolo again with the run, again cut back, and this time it's Belotti really actually who scored. Right, Belotti was the one who put that ball in the back of net. Makes it 3-0. He gets a nice goal. But all of them came from cutbacks. I think that is something that as a defense you always hate it when you concede goals off of cutbacks, because that means you've basically you've been bamboozled twice, once by the run and the second time by the pass shot. So as it basically illustrates poor marking if you get beaten on cutbacks. I think that happened twice, and Helsinki will be disappointed with that. But 3-0, job, got the result, got to give some game time to some other players. Tammy Abraham might be a little bit upset that he didn't get a goal. Maybe he should have, because he's in a fight for his England squad as well. So he would have probably wanted to get a goal here, just to get to keep himself in Southgate's mind as an option. But especially now with Tony being included, I mean, that is something that is going to play in his mind. But he couldn't do that here today. I don't think Mourinho will be too displeased, and the fact is that he did play some of his reserves. And they've got a bigger game coming up in Serie A this weekend. That's the one that they've got to look out for anyway. So all things considered, I think Mourinho will just be happy with the result. And some of the performances are pretty good. I thought Pellegrini looked pretty good, especially in the second half, as did Zaniolo. Zaniolo was excellent, of course. I just think bringing Dybala on made a difference, and bringing Dybala on made a big difference, because I think he has a stature that some of the other players don't have. He has a stature, whether it's right or wrong, whatever else it is, but he does have bring that stature. I think immediately as he came onto the pitch, I think he came off. I don't know who he came on for, but as soon as he came on, you just felt like things were starting to happen. And when that happens, when you do get in a situation where things start to happen, it does sometimes play on the defense's mind as well. They go, oh, well, now we've got to drop off a little bit, we've got to drop a little bit. So I think that did play in their mind as well, in Helsinki's mind, and that, I think that was the change that won them the match ultimately. So well, I mean, yeah, so I put my man of the match would probably be Paulo Dybala, though I can understand why somebody would give it to Pellegrini or Zaniolo. I think they were pretty good as well. Even Spinazzola, I thought that had some good moments as well. But my man of the match would be Dybala. Let me know who yours is. If you agree with it, if you don't agree with it, smash like. If you do agree with it, of course, and do let me in the comments if you think it should have been someone else. Always happy to hear your thoughts, of course, and let me know your thoughts on the game as well. Were you impressed with Roma's performance? Do you think there's more that they can do? Where do you see them in terms of the Europa League campaign? Do you see them? Because for me, they're one of the favorites to win it. I would say, not that there's a lot of teams there, but I think they're one of the favorites to win it. So let me know what you think about that as well, and let me know in the comments what you think. Do remember to subscribe to our channel on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, of course. We appreciate your support. There's a lot more videos coming. So you subscribe, you do get notified as they drop. There's lots of things that we're doing, so of course we always appreciate your support, and want to keep producing more content, so your subscription helps with that. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye.